Defying Finance is back because Bitcoin has broken an important zone here. If we take a look right around this 41,000 area, all between this zone here, this was support when we were building this head and shoulders. We had the neckline come down right here, neckline right here. And I had posted before, that's what all this is about how if we build this shoulder up in this 53,000 zone, it would be not unlikely that this would roll over. I thought it would take a little longer and come back down, but it was pretty quick. It looked like we might gain some support there, but it was just a fake out, sold right off. Super common thing with the head and shoulders here. I thought we were heading down to this 30,000 zone, which actually would have been a great zone to touch first before we took off right here, revisiting that real support zone. I mean, we can see there was pretty heavy support all right here. So to hit that zone would have been really, really nice. It would have boosted my confidence here a little bit. But anyway, it looked like I had posted on my last video that we were going to head up like this and then roll back over. We can see it started to do that. If I zoom in right here, when I saw this wick here, I thought, well, we're probably going to go ahead and do that, work our way down this zone. And I have the yellow here for buy zones. Let me change my pointer here. Now, these were great buy zones anyway for other cryptos. I still have orders in there because crypto moves so heavily, but I was buying different things, Cardano, Cosmos, just a bunch of different things, Matic, Ethereum, all kinds of things. Everything kind of tracks Bitcoin. So they haven't quite decoupled yet, but I think that's coming here in the future. But I think this level, we'll have to watch this, but what we're looking for is this level to become support again. Like, we don't want this to come up and then just work its way, break back down. If that happens, we're definitely heading down to the 30,000 zone. The next zone, I mean, there's not a lot of support here, right? But it's right at that 20,000 area. So I would be, if we break this and you find yourself here, I would be setting some buy orders. Because I think we're really coming back to that 30,000 range for sure. But if we break down between that, I mean, the next real level of solid support is barely any around that 20. You're heading down 10 to 12. Now, I don't know how likely that's going to be at this point. I would say it's probably fairly unlikely that we get down to that level. But what we want to see right now is what's going to happen as we make this climb. What we don't want to see is us get up to this 53,000 range and struggle. If we struggle really bad, this isn't good, right? We got two other points here where we knock on that door again and we get rejected. That's not very good. It makes you wonder if you're going to trade sideways for a while, if you're going to end up with just kind of a larger head and shoulders build off of this, right? We'll have to see. But it wouldn't be bad if we can bounce between this 40,000 zone to build some strength and kind of coil our way up before we have a real big breakup. We want to build real support, right? You don't want to just wake up tomorrow. You know, everybody keeps wanting to see Bitcoin go like this, right? And you know what else that looks like? A hyperinflation, right? Yeah, it'd be great to see it go up in that short of a time. But remember, Bitcoin's been around for over a decade now. So when you zoom way out on that chart, it may look like that, but it's over a long period of time. You don't want to see that happen in a short period of time. But something to keep in mind, again, if you haven't seen my other videos on this, is market cap. Now, yeah, there are institutional investors coming in. These guys have been around this game for a long time. They recognize these trading patterns and they're going to be selling, although they may not be used to this crazy of gains. So it could be that we see a lot more limit to the gains in some of these cryptos, right? Because when they're up 100%, they're dumping, right? That's a great gain compared to what they're used to. So we'll have to see, do we have this 4-year cycle anymore? I don't know. I'm not sure. It looked like we were about to have that. We're still within that range. So we'll have to see. There's a strong psychology to all of this too that we have to keep in mind. We don't know. But something else I want to bring up that's really important. I'm not allowed to mention any other social media. I'm recording this through TradingView, although it posts to a couple of my other. Um, you're not allowed to say certain things on here, or they'll kick your video off and give you a warning. So I'm just going to tell everybody to go out there and search for. There's a news article that has to do with crypto. Gary Gensler from the SEC. Basically, right now there's it's supposed to do with treasuries or something, but they're sneaking in what they're calling the Trojan horse with crypto. And the idea is to come after exchanges like Coinbase and Binance US, but also decentralized exchanges. So this is going to be really interesting. If you think that the government is going to let these types of things, Bitcoin and Matic and Ethereum, just compete against their currency, I think I think you're crazy, right? I think they're coming with a heavy, heavy hand at some point. I talked to Joseph Yang. I think it's off the top of my head. Oh, I can't say it on here. I'd be advertising another social media. Anyway, Joseph Yang, we had a conversation about what we think's going to happen with regulation, and he had also told me he thinks it's coming very, very heavily really soon. And he ran the trading desk for the Federal Reserve in New York, I believe it was. He was the one buying everything when with quantitative easing. That was him, right? So he's very, very knowledgeable on this type of stuff. But keep in mind with this market cap stuff in crypto, it's not a stock, right? There are no earnings. There's no property, plant, and equipment. So it's not like, oh, look, this company's making $94 billion. This stock's way oversold. The PE ratios, way out of whack. I can come in and buy this thing. It's going to be a great deal. With crypto, if 80% of people aren't selling, you have a very small supply. The price could go ballistic, and then one whale sells, and the whole thing gets murdered, right? So market cap is kind of a bad thing to go by in crypto because of that. So keep that in mind. But also with Bitcoin heading up into these higher zones here, expect a lot of government resistance around the world. I know some are embracing it. We're just going to have to see how this plays out. But just I know a lot of my friends here. I'm more libertarian minded. I don't like to say I'm with any party anymore, right? I'm just American. That's the way I look at it. But anyway, they think this is going to go on forever and it's just going to be some great thing. And it might, but keep in mind what happened to gold in 1933. It became illegal to hold as a United States citizen, right? Till the 70s, I believe it was 73, 74, something like that. Um, so keep that in mind, that how many people out there that are holding Bitcoin, if you see this thing up in the $100,000-$200,000 range and the government starts putting stuff out like that, how many people are going to sell it? I think a lot of people would sell it, right? Because they don't want to go to jail. That's really what it comes down to. It's like there are no atheists and foxholes type of thing. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But I think some very serious regulations coming. What I'm hoping comes out of that is most of these cryptos that are out there just get murdered, and they'll cease to exist. The key that I'm applying right now is I'm trying to find real projects. Bitcoin does something specific. Ethereum does something specific. Matic does something to help Ethereum out. How's that going to play out in the long run? I don't know. Um, some of the other virtual reality areas I'm in, Cardano, right? I'm trying to look for projects that are real. They're solving a real issue. They have maybe their own network. Maybe it's a trading platform. Maybe it's a lending platform. Maybe it's going to be currency for another country. That's how I'm playing crypto, right? Or like V chain here. Maybe it's going to track supply chains, everything you buy on Amazon. So those are the types of things I'm investing in. I'm trying to build a portfolio based on, here's the technology side, maybe like a helium type thing, right? For internet. Here's a financial side where maybe I have Celsius, which I do use too, but maybe I have Cell Token in there, Solana, or different things. I think some of these are going to survive, but you really have to look at the teams behind them. But anyway, I'll let you guys go. It's been 10 minutes already. You're welcome to share these videos, comment on them. And again, I know other people might be watching them in other locations because there are other social media out there that people are sharing them on. This is recorded on TradingView, so there's certain things I can't say here because they do moderate here. They don't want you advertising any other social media. So you get the point. Anyway, have a good one. Happy trading.